engine. In the first day, we discussed about different service model of Google Cloud. One is IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. You can see in on-premise, from networking to application, everything is managed by the organization or the organization's system administrators, etc. Networking, like if there is any issue with the networking also, we need to fix it. And if there is anything with the virtualization also, the organization is supposed to manage and troubleshoot it, and so on. When it comes to our compute engine, IaaS, infrastructure as a service, from networking to virtualization, it is managed by Google Cloud. From operating system, we are opening compute engine console, and we're going to the operating system, and we are deploying it. Okay, so that is some only from the OS level we are managing it. Okay, so these areas we are not worried about it. And what we did in compute engine, we created an operating system. We installed some Apache kind of web hosting uh, softwares, and we deployed our data. We changed some data, right? Welcome to GCP, something like that. We changed the code, and your application is ready. We can access through web browser. That's what we did in compute engine. And in the same case, we need to host a web application, and under PaaS, platform as a service, which is App Engine. We can say Cloud Run also platform as a service. Even the previous Cloud SQL database, right? There also we did not do any OS installation, SQL installation. We can say it is a platform as a service, but that's not a web hosting platform. It's database. But when it comes to here, we can host the websites. So here networking to runtime, which means operating system, we are not installing and managing. We don't even know which one it is. And runtime, whichever the runtime, it support different types of platforms like Java, Python, .NET, Ruby, many hosting platforms it support. We just need to select which one you want, and deploy your code. Deploy your code, your application is ready, which means we are not managing from networking to runtime. Any issue in this area, that system will take care, GCP take care. Like you have a web application, many users are accessing. The load balancing part, Google Cloud will take care. Like auto scaling, load balancing in the backend, the number of instances are less, like resources are less. Google Cloud automatically add and remove the instances, like auto scaling. Everything Google Cloud will take care in the backend. That is PaaS. SaaS, we already know that is a ready to use application like Google Workspace, Jira, or all these kind of ready to use product. That is not, we are not covering it. It's not part of GCP, like it's a separate product. So let's understand about App Engine more. App Engine is a fully managed serverless platform for developing and hosting web application. Very important, web applications. Let's go through the features. Fully managed serverless application platform. Scale your application from zero to planet scale without having worry about managing the underlying infrastructure. All right. From zero to planet scale means we can host an application where global users get access. Like App Engine is primarily, it is regional, but you can just like instance group, we can create multiple App Engine and create a load balancer in the front, like we did it in Compute Engine. So like that we can do. So from zero to planet scale without worrying about the underlying infrastructure. And these are some of the languages it supports: Java, PHP, Node.js, Python, all these I'll show you in console. And you can bring your own language and runtime if you want. We can host our own applications as well. Get started quickly with zero configuration. Focus on just writing the code. This is the major advantage of any kind of serverless services. Focus just on writing the code without worrying about managing the underlying infrastructure. Automatic scale up and scale down of your application between 0 and planned scale. Okay, automatic scale up and scale down. That is also, we don't have to worry about auto scaling, patching, and all these kind of infrastructure concern we can offload to Google. When it comes to security, the common securities like firewall, identity and access management, we can have the certificates. All these are, it support all these things. Like we can set up different levels of security, like in different level, network level, application level, like that we can set up the security. Automatically scaled depends on the traffic. You will only need to pay the resources you consume. So it does the auto scaling, and we need to pay for the number of resources, time, like just like compute engine. What is the instance class you're using? Like how many CPU, memory, storage you're using. Based on that, you need to pay. And versioning, there is a feature called versioning. We will do it in lab. I will explain at that point of time. We can set up different versions of the app. Versions we discussed along with the storage. But when it comes here, it is about website versioning. You deployed one website, you are making some changes in that website. So it will consider as a new version. We can anytime we can roll back to old version. We will do that in lab. Not, let's not worry about it now. Very important, the last point. Instance won't be running if the app is idle, which means you have hosted one web application in App Engine and no one is accessing your application. Imagine it is night, like your application will get access only on the daytime. Imagine it is night, no one is accessing your application. So the backend VMs will be zero. Number of VMs will be zero. Only if one person start accessing that application only, the instance will be spin in the backend. Which means you can run your application with a very, very low cost. Instances won't be running if the app is idle. The front end, I already mentioned it is for web applications. Okay, App Engine is for websites. So in the front end, you have App Engine. Then along with that, if you need some data, cloud storage and CDN we know content delivery network to enhance the performance. Then in the backend, you have a data store or fast store, or any database. It can be MySQL, any database you can have for database data related purpose. And for logs and monitoring, we can have anything like a BigQuery, cloud storage, data flow, logging and monitoring. This we will learn next session. So all the operational tasks, like we have any of these services. So if you look at this design, you don't find any traditional services. There is no traditional services at all, like VMs, the old database, or any kind of traditional service. It's all Google Cloud, new gen services. Another design, a game application. In the front end, you can have App Engine, and the back end again a database, some Firebase authentication or any other Firebase related thing. And for operational, you have monitoring, logging, and all. Then data processing. All right. So here also the same way, there is no concept of traditional applications.